Remember, my name is Prosper Whitestone, and we have been discussing this very book, The Trouble with Nigeria by Chinua Achebe. And like I said, this book was written in 1983, exactly 26 years today. This is Prosper Whitestone, aka Mr. White. Remember, they won't teach you this in school. Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you have not yet subscribed to this channel or you are new to this channel, click the subscribe button below and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we post contents like this. So let's dive in. The Trouble with Nigeria by Achebe. The very first chapter, we'll just quickly rush through it. Achebe made a profound statement which set the pace for the rest of this book. He said, "The trouble with Nigeria is simply and squarely a failure of leadership." What a profound statement. As at the time he wrote this book, this was what he believed. That the trouble with Nigeria is squarely a failure of leadership. He said there's nothing basically wrong with the Nigerian character. There is nothing wrong with the Nigerian land or climate or water or air or anything else. The Nigerian problem is the unwillingness or inability of its leader to rise to the responsibility, to the challenge of personal example, which are the hallmark of true leadership. And I guess that you would agree with him on this profound statement, because our leaders in today's dispensation, especially in third world country, have not risen to responsibility or setting an example. Because what you see today, the corruption and everything, starts from the top. I am not here recommending ruthlessness as a necessary qualification for Nigerian leadership. Quite on the contrary. What I'm saying is that Nigerian is not beyond change. I am saying that Nigeria can change today if she discovers leaders who have the will. Please listen. Nigeria can change if she discovers leaders who have the will. Who have the will, the ability and the vision. Such people are rare in any time or place, but it is the duty of the enlightened citizen to lead the way in their discovery and to create an atmosphere conducive to their emergence. The election system in Nigeria is so bad, so this really cannot happen now if it did not happen 26 years ago when Achebe wrote this book. And I will end this chapter by quoting what he said. He said, "Wherever two Nigerians meet, their conversation will sooner or later slide into a litany of our national deficiency. The trouble with Nigeria has become the subject of our small talk in much the same way the weather is for the English person." And this is true. So quite recently, I was in a bank and to make transaction, and there were just people on the queue, and we were just discussing on the trouble with Nigeria, discussing how the currency, our currency, doesn't have no value, how the hardship is affecting both the rich and the poor. Come on, this is very true. Let's move to number 2, chapter number 2. It is subject on tribalism. Now, I must first tell you this. I, Prosper Whitestone, I am first a Nigerian before I am an Easterner. And this is what Achebe realizes while he was writing this chapter on tribalism. Let's see what he said. Tribe has been accepted at one time as a friend. correct, rejected as an enemy at another, and finally smuggled in through the back door as an accomplice. The subject of tribalism in Nigeria is so vast that it is supposed to bring the different tribes in Nigeria together to appreciate our diversity. But tribalism in Nigeria has been the major reason, according to Achebe in this book, has been the major reason for choosing wrong leaders, which has inevitably turned in making bad decisions, bad economy, and poverty in the land. Let's read on. A strange thing happened in our independence in 1960. You'll be very familiar with this. Our national anthem, our very hymn of deliverance from British colonial bondage, was written for us by a British woman who unfortunately had not been properly briefed on the current awkwardness of the word tribe. So we found ourselves on the independence morning rolling our tongue around the very same trickster godling. And this is one of the lines in the national anthem of 1960, of which has been brought back to us now as our national anthem. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. This is a complete, I would not say complete, but this is contrary to what we're experiencing today in Nigeria. And guess what? This was written by Lord Lugard's girlfriend. Tribe. A Nigerian child seeking admission into a federal school, a student wishing to enter a college or university, a graduate seeking employment in the public service, a businessman tendering for a contract, a citizen applying for a passport, filling a report with the police, or seeking access to any of the 100,000 avenues controlled by the state, will sooner or later fill out a form which requires him to confess his tribe or his state of origin. Whatever you are feeling, whatever form you're feeling, be it school, employment, contract, applying for visa, passport, anything, in Nigeria, you must see a place which tells you to fill out your state of origin or the tribe you're coming from. Again, I ask, are we not Nigerians? Why must you want to know the tribe where I came from? Am I qualified for the job? Yes, give it to me. Do I need to tell you where I came from before you give me the job? So if I am not from a tribe that favors you, I am automatically disqualified. And this, to Achebe, is the problem with Nigeria. What is tribalism? This is what Achebe said tribalism is. For practical purposes, let us say that tribalism is discrimination against a citizen because of its place of birth. And I'm angry about this because I remember about 2-3 years ago, I was a major contender for a particular media contract in a company. And after numerous interviews, we 3 left, of which I was the favorite. We got to the place where we need to submit final proposals and final interviews, and then we asked, where are you from? And I discovered, when they discovered that I was not from their preferred tribe. I was an Easterner. Do you know I didn't get that contract because of my tribe? Universities today in our country would prefer to do what you call indigenous admission, first favoring a particular set of citizens that are from their states to fill up the school first before they open up space for other tribes to come in. The trouble with Nigeria. But to prevent a citizen from living or working anywhere in his country, or from participating in social, political, economic life of the community in which he chooses to live is another matter altogether. Our constitution disallows it. Not too long ago, I was writing, this is Achebe. This is Achebe, this is what it says, and I want you to carefully listen to this, and I will wrap up this chapter with this. Not too long ago, I was writing a recommendation for postgraduate students seeking admission into the University of Pittsburgh, USA. The form had the following direction in bold print to recommenders. The form had this particular thing I'm about to read to you now, boldly printed for the recommender. It says, please make no statement which would indicate the applicant's race, creed, or national origin, because they don't care. They don't care. Today we complain about racism in America, racism in Canada, racism in all this part of the country. What about Nigeria? Tribalism is our racism. If you are not from my tribe, you're not getting this job. If you're not from my tribe, you will not live in my father's house. Today, there are landlords who do not accept a particular tribe to live in their houses. Again, let me make this statement. I am first a Nigerian before I am an Easterner. This is where we would stop for today in chapter number 2. I want you to come back to this very channel next time and we'll discuss chapter number 3, 4, and the rest of the chapters. Before you forget, please click on the subscription button, turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to get the next episode when we post. Thank you.